Hey folks, Matt from artoftheimage.com. I don't know about you, but I'm a big fan of Casey Neistat. I've been watching him for well over a year now, maybe two. I loved his vlogs. I was always interested to see what he was coming up with next. Such an original, creative guy. Such an outgoing guy, so driven. I took inspiration from him on that. And so I wanted to share with you three things that I learned from Casey. I have learned, and I'm still implementing. I'm still learning from Casey. I like to choose people that are successful as mentors and see what's driving them, what's causing their success, and learn from it. And the three biggest things last year that were very instrumental in boosting the channel, in increasing what I perceive to be the quality, and I'm just much happier in where the channel's going, but also the views are up, the subscribership is up, the income is, I guess you could say, up. That is nothing to do with anything other than the way YouTube's been really seems to be monkeying around with the way they generate income. It's not what it used to be, but I don't think that's anything to do with the success right now of what's going on. It does seem to be slowly rising on the channel again, and thankfully, there's other ways to make money off of the channel, affiliates and things like that. But the three things I made a note just so I didn't miss one. But the biggest thing, number one, without a doubt, is daily content. And Casey has said that himself when he talks about things, what made the biggest impact for him on how his channel took off. And he has walked the walk, talked the talk, and shown that with daily content. I mean, that's what he did for, I don't know how long it was. Was it a full 2 years? Anyways, he vlogged for an awful long time, every single day, sometimes twice a day. And, he demonstrated that people like to know that they can come back tomorrow and see what's new, what you have to say the next day. And I've seen that to be the case. That's why I turned the Q&A over to daily content, and it was huge. A huge thing for me, a big step. And I get comments from people that they like to be able to get up in the morning, read, have their coffee, and it's like instead of reading the paper, they watch and see what's going on Art of the Image, what we're talking about. And I like that. And hand in hand, that's also gone with a greater rapport with the audience. I've enjoyed that a lot more too this past year, and I've put more time into it. Number two, that I think, as I mentioned in the intro, that Casey is really good at, and that I took away, is original and unique content. It's king. And so don't be, what I took away from that is for me not to be copying other people, but my own original, unique take on things. I try to, when I read an article of interest, or if there's an item of interest or a camera of interest, what question comes to mind for me, or the things that jump out the most at me, that's what I try to pass on to you guys. And then I try to also show the devil's advocate side of things, especially if I'm doing reasons to buy a camera. But, that's very unique in the sense of it's my unique opinion, but also, I think I got a little bit of a unique way that I do that here. And so I've tried to be that, and I've tried, last year and going into this year, I'm trying to do even more original content that way and keep things different perspective, thought-provoking, and things like that. A lot of times we'll talk about things that aren't necessarily my opinion, but questions, questions I might have or other people have to try and, it's just interesting to do thought exercises sometimes. And then the other thing that I think Casey manifests very well is to be a leader and not a follower. And I try not to follow anybody else. I learn a lot from Casey, for example, and other people I consider mentors, but I don't try and copy them. I've done some vlogging, sure, who hasn't? But I don't go out, I don't have a skateboard, and I don't, copy his exact. I've taken some points here and there and learned things, but I think you can learn things from somebody that's successful, and then the key is, same as in photography, is to make it your own unique production or what you're putting out there into the world. Make sure it has your stamp on it. Don't be a copier, be a leader. Don't be a follower. And I think that goes hand in hand with being original, and then obviously with daily content. So those are the 3 biggest things that I've taken away from Casey that have impacted my business, my YouTube channel, in a positive way. And I also take a moment to say thanks to you guys, because we've grown to over 40,000 subscribers now. We've broke the 20 million channel view mark, and that was right around the turn of the new year, which was kind of a nice time for it to happen, going into the new year. I couldn't have any of it without you guys. This channel continues because of your great loyalty and interaction. And I mean, I love the interaction, especially. We've got some great relationships with some regulars that I love getting challenged on and hearing feedback on. And I just enjoy, helping people out too with photography, especially if you're new to it and you have questions. So my thanks to you guys. And that's what I've learned from Casey. You may apply for you in your business, your YouTube channel, whatever you're doing. I think those are good points. And I continue to watch Casey. I enjoy his content. I think it's fantastic that he was able to make this move into CNN, and I'm excited for him, excited to see what he does. And yeah. So anyways, that's my 3 big things from Casey. If you have anything that you've taken away from Casey you'd like to throw in there too, leave in the comments below. I'd love to hear it. Thanks for tuning in, folks. Stay tuned. We'll be back soon here at artoftheimage.com.